Alright, and part 2 here. Yeah, anyway, I was going to get into, I got quite a few questions, some of the comments about this head and everything. Some pretty good little reviews from it. But people were asking me, like, how big would it cut? It's rated to cut, I think, like 28 inch in one cut. I mean, you can see how long the bar is, you know, change again. But I think it's rated to cut like 28 inch in one cut, one swipe. You know, there's variables to that, and I'll tell you why. If you're cutting nice timber, I mean, you got to be careful. You don't want to destroy nice timber. This stuff is fine and quick, and I'm not really all that worried about it. You can't really hurt this stuff. If I pull, you know, fiber on this, or pull a slab off it, it really doesn't matter. But now this thing's got this dead thing in front of it. That's a pretty good size stick. One cut, I don't know, I'm guessing that's probably what, 18, 20 inch, something like that. No problem. And even in hardwood, like if you were cutting, I got sticks coming in. I smashed the window out of the back of the cab the other day, and I got the frost coming in that. I just can't get in this thing without destroying half the windows in the cab. He's going to be pissed at me. But anyway, if you were cutting nice timber, you could cut stuff that size, no problem. You know, and not rip anything up, okay? But obviously, if you're cutting nice timber, you're not going to want to take a chance. Now, I know, like, I used to have a bell, okay? And I used to be able to cut really big stuff with my bell. Now, I don't know, is that tree showing up? Yeah. Fix this camera a little bit. That's a big tree. That's probably, I don't know, that's probably 28 inches or something. I think I could take that in one shot. Right? But I'm just going to put a little face cut in it. Okay? Do that. Right, now if you really wanted to get anal, you could put a notch in it. Just like a, all you gotta do is lower your head. Typically, you really don't need to. It'll stand here and do its thing. Hopefully I can do this without knocking it on my head. If you're really good at this, you can cut some big trees, okay? The thing is with cutting them, you gotta make sure it bypasses. That's a pretty clean looking stump. Now, so if you were cutting big hardwood, you'd be alright. You just got to do it right. You got to be confident. So, you know, when someone asks me, well, how big will it cut? Well, it'll cut a big tree. It's not a matter of it. It's a matter of you learning it, being comfortable before you try it. Because if you go smashing up people's nice timber, you know, by not cutting it properly, they're going to be mad at you. Chances are you're not going to work it. So, you know, to answer the question, how big of a tree will it cut? I mean, it says it's 28 or something like that, one swipe, and like 35 inch, you know, like a 3-foot tree with multiple cuts. And, you know, you can make 3 cuts, too, to get through a tree. And I can do it, but I'm just saying, you want to be good and confident before you try something like that with really nice timber. You will cut it, you want your bars, your chains, tip-top orders so it doesn't bind, because, you know, when you do this, when it commits, it's going. It doesn't really matter whether you've got the thing ready to go or not. You know, you're not releasing it from the back like a chainsaw where you have really total control. Once it's done, and it's going. So you have to make sure, obviously, that you've done it right. You don't have much forgiveness. Once it's going to go. You can't stop it. This isn't a fixed cut and carry head, you know. But you can see that stump. I come up pretty good. You know, that's about as good as anybody's going to do with a chainsaw. I guess I could have got it a little lower, which I could have with this too, but I just not terribly concerned when it jumped like this, you know. This whole place is going to be basically, you know, all these hills, when they're done in here, all these little nasty hills and guts and whatever you want to all going to be, it's going to be level. I mean, it'll look like a field when they're done someday. Now, that might be years from now, depending on how much how much limestone they're going to quarry out of here. So, but when it's done, it'll be reclaimed and they'll put it all back to where it used to be naturally years ago. It'll be nice. This area up here, I believe, somebody mined clay out of it. There's a lot of clay around here, obviously. I think that's what they did here. That's just clay. I'll tell you, that's a mushy shithole when it's wet. Quite a view over there. A single stick out of this. As well, I cut it. I really utilize it. Dead ash. Stinking ash. It's really done, man. The old ash trees. Just done. Alright, I only got this one corner to get here. Not too long and I'll be done with this place. Got a couple other little spots to get. Mostly now just kind of what do you want to call it? Leftovers. That pile of mush. Look at that. Ooh, it's like cow shit. But it is, too, about the consistency of big floppy cow doo-doos. I'll take all of these white planks and get these bigger ones. Some scratch on once and stuff. I actually need it. Good for once. But yeah, if you do this right, you kind of feel the tree come up off the stump. But get it in the dirt. That's something that gets better with time, too. You know, you learn to be a little more comfortable with the stump mites and stuff. So you don't, I mean, I don't want to leave them behind deliberately, but I don't want to like drag my chain into the dirt every time either. Feel that too. You know you cut it loose, right? Not really 2 sticks in there. I guess I can put a couple of kilometers out of it. You need at least 12 foot for the vault mark. This is going to the Domitar. Keystone chipping. You need at least a 12 foot piece. That'll make a couple of 12s. Pretty ugly. Like them books on it, they won't put the barkers right. Just make one stick out of that. Leave the rest for the woodpeckers. Alright, let's go up in here. If you can, you want to try and get to the back, you know what I mean? You can't always do it. It doesn't matter. It's nice to at least hold them. Stuff into it. See if I can get up in here. Show you how that works, maybe. Get in here without destroying everything. Actually, I gotta make some room here. Cut this stuff out of the way. I don't want to bash my door. I caught the damn door the other day too. I'm bad with this thing. I like to run it with the door open, latched open when it's hot out. Even though it's got air, I just like, I don't know, I just like it that way. I really shouldn't, because I ended up
coffee deal.
screwing up the floor. Yeah, go ahead, Mike.
I need about another half a boat. What do you want me to put in there?
I should have, what do we got? You should have some quake and pine behind you. Like, started on that, you know, by the softwood pile. You see it?
Yeah, I see it quake. Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, just throw that on it. Can you separate it out when you get there so they don't cry?
Yeah, yep.
Alright, go ahead and do that. Marginal on scrag. Just the junk. Get it out of the way. Really sad. This is all white ash is dead. Dead, man. That friggin' bug sure done a number on them. I don't know if we'll ever see the species recuperate or what. I don't know. I hope so. I gotta get out and tighten my chain up. It's getting pretty loose. A loosey-goosey. This bar on this does not return. It's not a gas return. Like on a bell, a lot of these little rigs like this, even on my Haltine super saw, on my shovel, the saw bar returns. It's a CO2 charge, CO2 tank. It's got a bladder in it. You blow it up 250 pounds and it runs your bar back. After your hydraulics is shut off for your bar feed, it pushes the oil against the bladder, and then the bladder is charged to in a tank, it's a super tank. The bladder is charged to 250 pounds, so it runs the bar back in automatically. This one does not have that. You run this bar in with a controller, which is all right. But it's not the most convenient thing if you forget, you know, which sometimes you do. If you're looking around and then million things, like I often am, you end up looking around and, all right, this tree is going to hit this, and that's going to hit that, and you get distracted, and you forget to return your bar. It's be chaotic. So, it's all right, but I'd like to see an auto return. But the reason Ryan did this, you know, it's not hard to figure out. The thing is simple and it's cheap to keep. Right? It's a lot less money than a high-tech thing. So I understand that. The structure is well built on it. No complaints with that. It's a nice head. Definitely recommend it. But it would be nice to have a few little bells and whistles. However, in saying that, I do also know that to put the bells and whistles on it costs money, and it is a lot more valving and a lot more things to go wrong and more things to diagnose. This thing is very, very simple. You know, it's very. I really appreciate that fact. I like that. So, you know, I gotta be careful what I say. I'm certainly not complaining. And as far as the way the little head is built, I'm very impressed with it. You know, I have no complaints. I think it's very impressive that he took basically Bell's idea and improved on it, built it better, much better built, and still kept it fairly light too, you know. That's watch carefully, you can see that tree. Just bump just a little bit off the stump. So you're through it. Now what I'm going to do, rather than track these back 4,000 feet, I'm just going to go ahead and cover everything here, and then I'll get up the hill and I'll swing back. It's quicker than tracking back and forth at the same time. So hopefully this will work. We'll see what I'm talking about. I don't want to get them too much of a cluster, you know. Again, I'm not going after the little stuff because I've got no market for it. I'm just trying to get anything I can get a piece of scrag out of. And if it's, you know, a real nice piece of wood, I'll take it. But I'm not going on my way from home. Let it here. This has pulpwood in it. It's just about useless. It's all nasty. White pine don't weigh anything anyway, so if it's not a die straight piece of pulpwood, even when the market's good, I wouldn't want it. So that's all I want out of that. The rest of that's junk. I mean, even if you had good pulp markets, that piece would pretty much be junk. This one here, might leave it alone. Yeah, it's a nice piece of wood in it. Trying to make as least wood I can. That piece down there. See the butt of that, I can get a 8 or 10 inch piece of scrag wood out of. I'm going to do it, right? Even this one. My scrag marker. Take that. Take that bottom piece out of that. Say, when I'm done on this job, I'll leave that hole too, because that's a decent piece of wood. I got to go ahead on 3 or 4 more loads going down south. So I don't know. I mean, when I leave this job, I got to make up my mind whether I'm even going to bother trying to load the stuff up and take it to the shop or stockpile it somewhere. I don't know what I'm going to do. Because every time you handle this junk, it just gets more and more costly. So I might end up just leaving a few loads here. I don't know what I'm going to do. I got it all out there piled up, so I can hire a log truck to come load it on a trailer. I can take take the self-propelled loader over here, I guess. But all that stuff costs money. You know what I mean? Every time I do something like that, I'd like to get the other excavator up. The guy asked me if I was going to get the other excavator with a bucket on it, or either that one or get another excavator or something. I've been looking. Yes, that would be great. But if you had an excavator like this, you could move easy, you know, unload it, and track all around, and clean up your landings with it. That'd be freaking super. You know, that would really, really be great. That's kind of what my plan is. Now, I have that self-propelled loader, but I'm telling you, unless you're in a nice lot with that, and you know, kind of like a parking lot with gravel and totally dead-ass flat, that thing's as useless as tits on board. I mean, it just slides all over the place and gets stuck. And I did that last year. I took it to a place where we had a bunch of stuff stockpiled, and I ended up having to move the skidder back to move it because it was stuck. So what good was that? That didn't do me no good at all. Better off just not even bothering that. So